A very good morning, children. Once again, welcome to the online class. So today, I am going to teach you about reflexive pronouns. What? Reflexive pronouns. First of all, we have to understand what are pronouns. So I have divided into different categories. I'll explain it to you. Okay? Pronouns. Pronouns are words used in place of nouns. Means pronouns, replace the nouns. You have already learned he, she, they, it. They are all pronouns. Next one, personal pronouns. Now what are personal pronouns? Pronouns the same. Okay. But what are personal pronouns? Personal pronouns you have learned in the previous lesson also. Let me tell you once again. Okay, like they are categorized in three persons: first person, second person, third person. Okay, which are the first person? All the genders, singular and plural, are called first person. Like myself, ourselves, yourself. First person. Second person, all the genders, singular and plural, yourself and yourselves. Singular, yourself. Plural, yourselves. Okay. The third person, all the genders, masculine, feminine, neuter, with singular and plural, and we use himself, herself, itself, or themselves. Okay. Now, where do you use reflexive pronoun? Reflexive pronoun we make by adding self, selves. Reflexive pronoun we add self to personal pronouns. Okay, reflexive pronouns are added in place of nouns like him, self. Him is personal. Okay, but when you add self, it becomes reflexive. Him, her, there. If you add self, self for singular, and selve, selves for plural, they become personal pronouns. Change into reflexive pronouns. Okay. A few more rules are there. Now, reflexive pronouns. What is the exact definition of reflexive pronouns? Today's topic. What is the exact definition of reflexive pronouns? Let us see the definition. When the subject does something on himself, herself, or itself, it becomes reflexive pronoun. Once again, when the subject is doing some action, and the action passes on the subject, it is called reflexive pronoun. Like the boy hurt himself. The girl locked herself in the room. Herself. Okay. Now, some more examples are there. Then we come to reflexive pronoun. I have already told you. self, self is added. Now, reflexive pronouns are used after verb with preposition to make it clear. Reflexive pronouns are used after verb with prepositions to make it clear. Like Ram is angry with himself. Ram is angry with himself. The Ram is the subject and the action is passing on the subject itself. The subject is doing something and the effect is on the subject. It is called reflexive. Next, Ram is angry with him. Ram is not angry with himself. Ram is angry with somebody else. So this is not a reflexive. Ranjan was talking to him. Ranjan was talking to him. Here, Ranjan is not talking to himself. Ranjan is talking with somebody else. So that is not reflection. Another, Ranjan was talking to himself. Ranjan is the subject, talking is the action, and he is talking with not anybody else, not with anybody else. He is talking to himself. So himself is the reflexive pronoun. Okay. Then next one, reflexive pronouns are not usually used in case of action that people normally do to themselves, like washing, dressing, etc. Example, we do not usually say, I wash the dress myself. We say, I wash the dress. Okay. For use, we do not use reflexive pronoun here. Now, some examples are there. We saw that the child would bath and dress itself. It's not reflexive, okay? Next, the dog itself opened the door and chased the postman down the road. Opening a door is a difficult thing for a dog to do, but this dog did it. Obviously, the speaker as well as the postman was surprised. So there is no reflection. Reflexive pronouns are used when the object, direct or indirect, of a verb is the same person or thing as the subject. Now, what is direct and indirect? Let me tell you. Object. The person who is doing the action is called subject. About whom we are talking is called subject. Okay. The rest is called predicate. And it is related with verbs. What are verbs? Doing words are called verbs. Action words are called verbs. So there are two types of object. Like Harish kicked the ball. Harish kicked the ball. Harish is the subject. What did Harish do? Kicked. What did he kick? Ball. So ball is the object. When the person answers, what was kicked is called object. Okay. Ball is the object. Now this is direct object. Direct object. Same I can change it to indirect also. Like Harish kicked the ball to Ali. Harish kicked the ball to Ali. Now one more person has been added here. Harish is the subject. He kicked the ball. Kicked is a verb. What did he kick? Ball. Ball is the object. To whom did he pass it? To whom did he kick it? His friend Ali. Ali is the indirect object. So, object is usually a non-living thing. Okay. I can say direct object is usually a non-living thing. But indirect objects are usually living things. Like some examples are there, you see. Rita bought herself a new dress for the festival. Okay. You must control yourself and stop shouting. In the first sentence, the subject captain did something to himself. The action denoted by the verb blame affected the subject himself. So himself is the object of the verb blame. Similarly, some more are there. Rita bought what? What did Rita buy? A new dress. New dress is the object. Rita bought whom a dress? For whom? For herself. Okay, so it is reflexive. So the verb bought has two objects. Dress is direct object and herself is indirect object. Okay. If it was Rita bought dress only, then that would have just have been a direct object without indirect object. Now a few examples are there. We do not say John helped himself. We do not say John helped himself. We say John helped me. Then, John did not help myself. Myself is wrong. Okay. John did not help himself. We say John helped. We do not say I shall write a letter to yourself. We say I shall write a letter to you. Okay. Like this, Some more things are there you must read from your book. And I was telling you about transitive verb and intransitive verb that day. Now what are verbs? Doing words are called verbs. Accent words are called verbs. Words with so accent are called verbs. So when these verbs need object to complete the meaning, it is called transitive verb. Verbs with object, they are called transitive verb. Verbs without objects, they are called intransitive verb. I'll give you some examples. Okay, I told you that day. The boy kicked the ball. The boy kicked the ball. Who kicked? The boy kicked. What did he kick? The ball. Ball is the object. So it is transitive. Okay. Object is there, it is transitive. Next, if I say just the boy kicked. Who kicked? The boy kicked. What did he kick? Nothing is there. There is no object. So it is transitive. Okay. I can say Seema is arranging the table. Seema is arranging the table. Seema is the subject. What is Seema doing? Arranging. Arranging, making it ready. What is she arranging? The table. So the table is the object. So it is transitive verb. Same sentence. If I say Seema is arranging. Subject Seema. What is she doing? She is arranging. What is she arranging? Nothing is there. It doesn't have an object. So this becomes intransitive. Okay. Likewise, I'm giving you some homework. It's from page number 30. So I'll give you some examples. Fill in the blanks. Appropriate reflexive pronoun. Appropriate means suitable. Uncle Podger always blamed others, but never dashed for the mistakes he made. Himself is the answer. Number 2. Deepti liked the room dash, but not the furniture in it. Deepti liked the room itself, but not the furniture in it. Now the third one. The girl could not control dash and burst out laughing. The girl could not control herself. Number 4. A robot can do many things by itself. Itself is the answer. Number 5. The dog saw dash in the mirror and started barking. The dog saw itself. So complete this as homework very carefully. I'll be giving some more homeworks from the previous chapter. That too also you have to complete it in a careful manner. Okay, for today only this much. Bye.